started fabricating the chicken, I first hold the chicken by one wing. I let the weight of the chicken do a lot of the work here. I'm just shimmying my knife in between the chicken wing joint, and wing number one is off. I repeat the process here on the other side, holding the wing in one hand, using my knife in between the joint in the other. Wiggle, wiggle, and wing number two is off. Now what I do is I put the bird on its back, and I'm taking a look here at that skin that's in between the leg and the breast, using my knife to open that up. Turn the chicken over. Feel for those oysters, and I'm just bending the hip joint back onto its back. And so now what I'm doing is I'm going to separate the joint. I'm using my knife to kind of curve around those delicious pieces of oyster. Using my knife in between the bone, thigh number one is off. Again, angling my knife in between the bone and the meat, thigh number two is off. Now I'm putting the bird onto its back. I am securing the breast skin, using one hand to kind of feel for that breastbone, running my knife down the side of the breastbone. Notice I'm using my guiding hand to feel the cartilage, and always running my knife against the cartilage, not to cut into the meat. Short strokes with the knife here. Still running my knife, and now you can see I've removed one breast. Repeat the process here on the other side, going onto the other side of the breastbone, using my guiding hand to kind of feel for that cartilage. And the breast is off. Okay, now a little bit of cleanup work here is involved. Always using my hand to feel. Here I am removing the chicken tender. Any unsightly pieces you definitely want to remove. Could be a little bit of discoloration that we see, perhaps some fat, some cartilage. Anything that doesn't look that great needs to come off here at this point. Okay, make sure to flatten the skin on top of the breast. Moving on to the second one. A little bit of discolored meat is coming off. Extraneous fat is coming off. Arrange that skin nice and neat. A little bit of trim work. And there we go. Next, I'm cleaning up the chicken tenders just a bit. We can see a lot of discoloration on these, so we do want to go ahead and clean these up. And last chicken tender. A little bit of trim work. Okay, moving on to the dark meat. All right, you will see here that the first thing I'm doing is I'm removing that bone. Okay, now this was part of the tailbone that was still connected. Just angling my knife to remove. Okay, next I'm looking here on the interior of the thigh and the drumstick. I'm popping that joint the way that it is never meant to move. And I'm just separating the drumstick from the thigh. Okay, always kind of feeling to make sure that there's no bits of bone or cartilage left. Moving on to the next one, same process here. Any bone that may still be connected, I'm just going to angle my knife, wiggle it in between the bone and the skin. And that's removed. I'm going to bend that joint. Look for the little line that runs in between the drumstick and the thigh. Put my knife right there and separate the two. Any extraneous skin we're going to want to trim. Always make sure to feel the thigh for bits of cartilage. There are a couple bits of cartilage on this one, so we're going to take those out. Notice how I'm always smoothing the skin. And now let's go ahead here and arrange our finished product. We have carcass. We have two wings. Moving on to 2 chicken breasts, 2 tenders. We have our beautiful chicken thighs and our chicken drumsticks. And that is how we fabricate a chicken.